My stepson smokes so much cannabis that gets my daughter high, now he's begging me not to kick him out. I'm in Canada. It is perfectly legal. My stepson, Sean, and he is in university. He lives with his dad and me so he can go to school in our city. His mom lives on an acreage about 40 kilometers north of town, so that would be quite the commute. I didn't really want him in my house, but my husband insisted and promised me that Sean would behave. He would clean up after himself and he would not cause me any problems. He isn't a bad kid. He does his chores and keeps to himself mostly. He had some trouble with staying up late and being disruptive when he got here last summer, but we got that sorted out. My husband and I have a 3-year-old daughter. Sean is friendly with her and has babysat her a few times. The problem is he smokes so much weed. I'm honestly surprised he isn't failing out of school. I personally don't care. Except we agreed he would smoke outside or in the garage. And he's been smoking up in his room. 3 problems. My daughter doesn't need to get a contact high. It stinks. He has the window open, so we are paying to heat up the house constantly. I spoke with my husband and told him that Sean wasn't following the rules we had agreed to. He had one more chance, then he had to find somewhere else to live. Sean said he was sorry and he promised he would behave. He even showed me that he bought edibles so he wouldn't get his sister high, stink up the house, or need to open his window. It was fine for 2 weeks and then he did it again. So I kicked him out. I packed up his stuff and took it all to his mom's place. And I had the lock codes changed. When he got home from school, he lost his poop. He said that I was being a controlling bitch and that I didn't have any right to tell him what to do in his father's house. I laughed in his face. I told him that the only house his father ever bought was the one his mother lived in. His dad is my husband, but they are both living in my house. I guess he didn't know that and he started apologizing. I called him an Uber to take him to his mother. He didn't go and he called my husband instead. My husband made arrangements with his brother for Sean to move there. His mom drove all his belongings back into town and now he isn't my problem. Unfortunately for Sean, his uncle is completely against cannabis, so he can't have any there. And he is currently sleeping on a hide bed. His dad, uncle, and himself are going to build him a room in the unfinished basement this weekend. My husband has been on my side since Sean broke our agreement. His mother is salty about having to come into town. And Sean is begging me to let him come back.